Today I will show several examples of air pollution in our neighborhood. First of all, I would like to mention that air pollution is mainly caused by human activities. So here we have first example. This is construction of the site. How you see, it has several aspects. First aspect is that for construction of the site, heavy vehicles are used, and they are mainly diesel vehicles and engines. They're so heavy and emit enormous amounts of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases which causes greenhouse effect, and because of the greenhouse nowadays, Earth faces such problem as global warming, and it has very bad effects on environment, on people, on our health. So now I would like to show you the engines that are here. They're very big. How you can see, here they are. They're
very large.
And the second aspect in construction of the site is that enormous amounts of dust are
released
as well, are emitted in our atmosphere. First of all, it has very bad effect on the workers, on employees that are working on that construction of the site. They can have very bad illnesses like cancer, cough, and others. And it also causes bad
impact
on the people that live around this area, because they live in bad quality air. That's basically it for about construction of the site. Now I would like to show you second example of air pollution is vehicles and machines that are here. They also emit carbon dioxide and many other greenhouse gases that cause global warming. Global warming is caused by
increasing amounts of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide. They trap the heat on the Earth's surface and cause rapid increase in temperature more than ever before. This creates dangerous circumstances like health issues, rising of the sea and ocean levels, impacts on wildlife, it destroys food chain, and many other impacts. We'll talk about air pollution and global warming. I would like to start from mentioning that nowadays our Earth faces such problem as air pollution, and it mainly happens because of human activities, and air pollution has so many bad and negative impacts on our environment, on our health. There are so many health issues because of the air pollution. And the examples of air pollution, the causes are mainly the burn of fossil fuels, usage of vehicles which work on these fossil fuels, also factories, construction of the site, and many others. There are also some ways where nature itself pollutes air, for example, forest fires and volcanic eruptions. All of the mentioned activities emit enormous amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases like nitrous oxide, methane, and also water vapor is one of the greenhouse gases. And these gases, they trap the heat on the surface of the earth, and they don't let it go. So the drastic increase of these gases, of concentration of these gases in atmosphere, means that more heat is trapped on the surface of the earth, and the temperature on Earth also rises, which creates another problem, which is called global warming. Due to the global warming, Earth faces such problems as increase of the ocean and sea levels. This happens mainly because of the glaciers and icebergs that are located on the poles. They start to melt because of the increase in the temperature, and when they melt, they flow in the oceans and the level increases. Also, because of the chemicals that are emitted from the factories and different constructions, they destroy the ozone gas, which is mainly concentrated in stratosphere of the Earth. And the ozone gas, it creates ozone layer, which protects and preserves us from harmful ultraviolet sun rays. Yes, these chemicals, they basically destroy the gas, and due to this, we have like holes in ozone layer. The biggest holes, the largest ones, are in the poles, and this has like many bad impacts on health. How I mentioned before, like the amount of illnesses has drastically increased, the amount of cancers and other very bad illnesses. Air pollution also negatively affects the wildlife on the earth. The many types of animals, they're dying, other living organisms as well. Like the environment changes, and animals, they just can't adapt to these conditions. They can survive and they die or change their living places. So now I will show you the most polluted places in the world on the map. So first of all, I would like to start from India. This is most polluted city, like overall, but the most polluted cities in India are Bangladesh, which is here, then New Delhi here, Beijing in China, it is located here. They're polluted because they have a big amount of population. The city I would like to mention is Chernobyl. Here, it is located in Ukraine. It is very polluted because of the worst nuclear accident, and there was a massive explosion which affected not only Ukraine but all the territory that is around it. Very bad, and people couldn't live there for a long time, and even now there spread of different illnesses. And yeah, so now I would like to talk about Azerbaijan. I have the map of Azerbaijan here, and I will show the most polluted places in our country. So Sumgait now is one of the most polluted places in Azerbaijan. It is near Baku. It is polluted because many factories are working there, and different construction, and there is like enormous pollution. This city is like built mainly for these factories. Not many people live there, they mainly work there, but the air, it spreads to all the territory. That's why it badly affects all Azerbaijan, especially Baku that is near. And Baku itself is also polluted, but it happens because of the oil and gas, because of the mineral resources. When we export it, it pollutes the air, and all the cities and the territory near the Caspian Sea where the oil is located, they're very polluted. And also Baku is polluted because the people mainly live here because of working places, and that's why here are many vehicles, traffic, and they emit enormous amounts of carbon dioxide, and this creates air pollution. Also, I forgot to mention this part. This is Nagorno-Karabakh. These territories, like for example Hocalı, they're also polluted because due to the war that happened here between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And also Armenia, they have a factory, also chemical factory, and all the air is transported here, and this creates bad environmental conditions and environmental pollution in this territory. Now, after discussing all the effects, all the impacts of air pollution, how it happens, its impacts, and the most polluted places, now I would like to discuss how we can preserve our planet from this pollution. So first of all, we can minimize the usage of vehicles. We can change it to electromobiles, or someone doesn't have opportunities to buy electromobile, they can use, for example, public transport, or bicycles, or walk more, and use less of car. Also, we should be mindful of energy consumption, and turn off the lights or television when we leave home, and try to use less energy, light energy. This all will help our environment, and I think if every person will be responsible for it and try to decrease it somehow, try to decrease their footprint, environmental footprint, then it will be possible to stop or even decrease the amount of pollution.